Everyone, I'm here with the Hell's Kitchen season on winner Michael, Wray. I know we've had a few videos together, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on his life and just how he's doing as of late. So, anything you want to share with us, Chef?
Well, life has been really good lately, Miles, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm finally starting to reap the rewards of getting my life together, getting my life back on track. I'm consulting here at a great restaurant in San Diego and getting a lot of fulfillment from it. And I really feel like I'm back in charge of my life again.
So you're here at the restaurant. What's the name of the restaurant?
We are. Actually, where I'm working is a restaurant located in a hotel. The hotel is the Sophia Hotel, which is actually the old Pickwick Hotel in downtown San Diego. This place has been here forever. In my years of working, one thing that has come to be really important to me when I take on a job, and that is who my boss is. Who am I going to sacrifice all my time for? Who am I giving up time hanging out with my wonderful, beautiful wife and family for? And, this is a family-owned run restaurant and hotel. I mean, it's owned by a little family here in the middle of downtown San Diego, surrounded by, giant corporate hotel chains and, corporate restaurant after corporate restaurant. It's really refreshing to be a part of something that's local owned, family run, something I can put myself behind. I really want to start connecting, with a lot of my fans. The restaurant that I'm working at now, they actually gave me this little alcove table. It's set aside as my own personal chef table. So if there is anybody out there who wants to come eat my food, come meet me, and have some personal interaction, and have a little bit more of an intimate setting, please get a hold of me or the restaurant, Current American Brasserie, and let's schedule something. I'm always open to do private dinners, tastings, that sort of deal. And I would love. I'm in a great venue now, and I'd love to get some people in and allow me to to express myself, my artistic side, and to kind of show how I've evolved as a chef, since Hell's Kitchen. It's been a long time now, and I'm really, I feel like I was the first winner of Hell's Kitchen, yet I'm definitely the blackest sheep of the bunch, and I feel like I have a lot to prove that I haven't done over the last few years, and so I really want to get back into a position where I'm known for having great food, and I want to take this opportunity, to invite anybody who wants to come down. Like I said, just contact me through Instagram, contact me through the restaurant, and let's make plans for dinner. That'd be fun.
All right, Chef. So what future projects do you have planned in the next upcoming months?
Right now I've been really concentrating on doing consulting work for restaurants. I've really fallen in love with it, and it's something I definitely wanted to keep going as my career for right now. I'm actually, besides the current restaurant I'm working at, I have another opening I'm going to be doing in Pine Valley in Southern California here. It's east of San Diego, and we're working on opening up a steakhouse there, so that's going to be really fun. And then I'm also finally trying to push forward on my food trucks. Hopefully I found an investor who wants to move forward with that and have a couple of food trucks for catering and for doing, large venue, large events. I definitely want to, I'm not going to give away too much of it, but it is going to involve personal beef Wellingtons, and I think that's going to be really fun to do. I think that's like a total portable gourmet food that I want to try to look into making a business out of, to be honest with you. I mean, everybody that hey, did you learn beef Wellington from Gordon Ramsay? Can you make me beef Wellington? I'm always at, and so, I can, and I'm going to perfect it, and I'm going to bring it to the masses. It's going to be really good. This is a crazy profession. I mean, honestly, if you want to be a chef, you're freaking crazy. I mean, it is a passion-driven career. It is not a money-driven career, I can tell you that. I'm 42 years old, and I still haven't had my major breakthrough, but I'm going to keep pushing. to me, the funnest part is the challenge. Like, I'm almost afraid of hitting the Rubicon. I'm like climbing, getting to the very top, because it's that struggle that has really kept me going for so long now. You know, I'm going to keep pushing. I know that my day is going to come here soon where, you know, I'm going to be able to fully live out all of my fantasies as far as being like an amazing, you know, chef and business owner. You know, I've really come to realize my limitations. You know, as being a great artist and, you know, a great leader and, you know, a great chef has nothing to do with being a good businessman. I'll tell you, like, there's a definite knack there that I'm really trying to learn, you know, and even one of the great things about my job right now is just I'm working so close with somebody right now who is just so number driven in running the kitchen, and it's great to be able to actually learn something new and, you know, a different side of my profession. You know, like, I really encourage people to get into this profession, but I'm just warning you, you know, it is definitely a thing of passion. Like, you get your rewards from completing a long day of work, not knowing that you got $200 for that long day worth of work. You know what I mean? It's definitely something that you take pride in, what you do and the sacrifices you make versus with the actual material goodness that you're getting out of your job. So yeah, you know, anybody who wants to cook, you know, I got you. Anybody that's out there cooking, wants your back, needs any advice, please get a hold of me. I love to share my knowledge, and, you know, internships. I'm always looking to take on a new apprentice at the restaurant. Anybody who's interested in working with me, contact me. You know, we're always needing help at these restaurants that I'm going to work at. You know, I'm always hiring people in, so, you know, you never know, especially if you live out here in San Diego. Let's hook up.
All right, Chef, so what are some of your current interests outside of the restaurant world?
You know, I think to be successful as a chef, and I'm sure this is with a lot of professions, to be honest with you, you know, you need something to focus on or something to look forward to when you do have that rare downtime. And, you know, my big passion right now is my car. I just spent the last 4 months tearing down and rebuilding the engine in my car, and it was like such a fulfilling process, let me tell you. And nothing feels better, Miles, than actually driving something that you rebuilt. It was very exciting. You know, I love my Subaru, and I love playing golf. You know, honestly, you spend 60 hours a week at work. You're inside, you know, and you almost forget the sun exists. You almost forget that there's actually a world out there. And so, you know, being able to hop in my sweet WRX and drive to the golf course, play around the golf, that is one thing that definitely will clear my brain, clear my stress, and, you know, I feel like I actually had time off, and I'm getting ready to get back to work. It's, you know, so I do thoroughly enjoy playing golf, and I love my cats. I spend a lot of time playing with my cats. I get a lot of fulfillment from that too. You know, they're like my little. I mean, I got kids. I have a wife. I love them to death. I spend all my time, you know, working and thinking about them, and so, you know, we got to have a little bit else out there in life, and, you know, those are my passions.
That's awesome to hear, Chef. What has helped you in this process of just moving forward and really getting what's yours in life? What's helped you?
I mean, it's such a freaking cliche, honestly, but until I met you, Miles, and I started to have like an outreach of people out there in life, I swear to you that one of the biggest motivating factors for me is these are the messages that I get through YouTube, through these videos, through my Instagram. Like, I really feel like I have, you know, there's an image of me, and I really need to fulfill people's feelings of me. You know what I mean? I need, like, it helps drive me to be a better chef. That way, you know, I can be the best person and the best chef that I can be, you know, for fans and friends and people who are following me. You know, I really want to succeed. You know what I mean? I really want to be a success story. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I went to the top. I went all the way to the bottom, like probably like 100 miles. Like, there's your rock bottom. I was probably like 100 miles below that, and that climb back up the hill again. You know, I really want to succeed. You know, I feel like if I can I hate always going back to drug use and stuff, but if I could pull some people out of their holes and give some motivation and some hope to people that, like, shit, life can really suck, but, if you keep a positive attitude and just keep plugging away, that, you can bounce back, you can have a comeback, you can return to your former glory. And more so than that, you can return like a better person. I mean, people who have to deal with extreme adversity, it makes you a better person. Like, it seems like the more you suffer and the harder life is, you end up becoming even that much tougher and that much better of a person. It's like a diamond. It really just is. All that pressure and heat and just stress, and time turn something, mundane into, a beautiful gem. So it's like, I feel like life is the same way. The crappier life is for you, the more chance you're going to have of even being a bigger superstar in your life, I like that. I think that, there's always hope, and it's so easy to be told that, and it's such a cliche, man, but when you're feeling it and you're down and you're depressed and you're, in the middle of your addiction, it's, I just want you to be able to be like, well, people out there, they've gone through the same stuff, and we've been able to make it through, and I really want people to succeed when it comes to getting off of drugs and then, handling life just for life's sake, instead of, having to self-medicate or hide behind, a chemical feeling, or trying to even just kill your feelings with chemicals, giving yourself almost a chemical lobotomy with, because life sucks, it's hard, and you get addicted, and it's how you deal with stress, and, I want you to beat that, I want you to get through that. There's just so many great things in life that are just worth living for, basically, there's just lots of great things. When you are in addiction, you're living for, that hour or that feeling or that way that something makes you feel, and it's just sort of a waste of life, and it's not something you can help. It's just kind of how it ends up being a waste. I feel like I wasted part of my life, and now because of that, I'm working twice as hard and not wasting any more moments of my life. Period. You do. Life's not easy, but life is fun, whether it's easy or hard, or you're struggling, or you're not, or you're really succeeding. Life is fun. It's the good, the bad. I'll take it all. It's better than being dead. I'd rather be in the struggle than be dead. And it has been a struggle to get where I am in life, and I still feel like I'm at the bottom of the hill. I still have a lot of climbing to do and a lot of things to prove and a lot of hard work to come. But being able to put myself in a position where I can share my talents and my struggles with people really, really also helps motivate me. I really want to strive to cook better food, and it's like a lifestyle. Like, you talk about cooking good food and stuff, but it's like there's like a lifestyle to being a chef. Like constantly having your burns and cuts on your arms, and you're constantly researching and looking for new ideas, new things to cook, how to present food, presentation. It's like a never-ending learning game, which is, I'm sure you could apply to most professions. But I'm partial to being a chef. I think we're the best profession around, for sure.
I love it. When you are in the kitchen, how do people respond to you being there, with knowing that you won Hell's Kitchen?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know that this is stress that I'm just putting on myself or not, but I feel like I have an image to live up to. Mm. Like, I have to be like twice the worker as anybody else. I need to be the guy that comes in first and leaves last, who's always helping everybody out with their station, with their mise en place. Like, and the other thing I get from this is people are very motivated to learn from me, and to, what I mean? I'm always received very well as far as, like, when I explain something to somebody, I think they take a lot of it to heart, and, I really love the fact that people want to learn from me, and, I definitely, wherever I work, I'll pick up a few apprentices, and I just work with them on their food and trying to perfect what they do, making connections as a chef. It's like, it's pretty amazing how interconnected everybody is as far as, wanting to be a chef. Everybody has the same sort of wants, no matter what restaurant you're working at. So it's like, it's fun to help fulfill those those wants to learn, from a chef. Not, because not everybody's gonna be able to go to chef school, which shouldn't matter. People always say, chef school, you don't really need to go. You just need to go get your experience from work. Well, while you're at work, you do need to have a chef that's like, taking an interest in bringing everybody up around them, their skill level, raising it up. It's like we have a responsibility. Any of you that are watching this who are chefs, you have a responsibility to take on apprentices, to pass your knowledge on. I mean, the whole skull and cleavers, the whole idea of skull and cleavers was, I was watching stuff about the Freemasons and stuff, and you have these old stone carvers and architects like way back in the day. Well, they don't want to just teach anybody their skills. They wanted to just make sure that their skills are passed on to people that are within their little group. Well, chefs are sort of like that too, like we need to take our skills, and they're hard earned through experience, but we have to share those skills with the chefs that are coming up behind us. I mean, that's how we need to treat this knowledge that we have as sacred, but at the same time, we need to share it with people that are like-minded, that are in our little community. And the Skull and Cleavers was always just about, getting chefs to take on apprentices, getting newer chefs to take on chefs, people to learn from, and just having a community of sharing. I mean, I really wish we could have a network of staff that we could. So, Miles, how long have you been interviewing people for?
Michael was my first person I interviewed, actually.
That's right. I'm actually sitting with Miles now here at the hotel I'm working at. We got the rooms for a few nights so we could shoot some ads for Instagram, Facebook, and it's pretty crazy. We were talking about how we had that first interview.
We didn't know where it was going to go.
Oh, and now we're here. We're actually Miles was hired on by my hotel to actually help do advertising for the restaurant. It's kind of like it's pretty cool. It's a pretty big deal. It's crazy that we're able to reflect this in this capacity. And I think that
that was, in my mind, that would have been an ideal end goal or a new beginning.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I think it's really great. Like I said, I'm trying to start my own consulting business right now. So, if there's anybody watching this who needs a restaurant consultant, I am your chef. But, you put together a team, and it's amazing how it's kind of fallen into place. As a chef going in and doing consultant, obviously one of the things you need to do is advertise and get the word out that we have a new menu, a new chef, and it's imperative really to have a crew. I feel like I'm actually starting to put together a really good team of people, and I think that we're going to have a lot of success in the future. I really do. It was just crazy. Life can be really crazy. The people you meet, the things you agree to is really intense how they all kind of come together in some weird serendipity that was like half destiny, half hard work, all kind of mashed together.
Grinding and getting kind of lucky and all that. Us working together.
It is. This is a tough industry, and it's make it even tougher when you have, drug problems and stuff like that. So it can all be really crazy and either make your head explode or turn you into a badass. And I feel like that, it's making me bulletproof instead of letting it get to me. I feel like I'm accomplishing my goals that I have set for myself.
One thing I like about Michael is he's so self-aware. He's aware instead of trying to defend his problems and issues, he just takes ownership and responsibility of it. So that's one thing I've noticed, early on with Michael, is that he's like, hey, things happen in life, things happen to me that weren't that great, but a lot of the wrong is that responsibility falls on me. So that's a good attitude for even me to be around. So I feel like a lot of us are around people that don't take ownership, so it's refreshing to be around someone that does.
Yeah, and if you have anybody having problems and stuff, I'm hoping to just change your perspective a little bit on how you deal with them, how you see people who have addiction problems. I mean, it's bittersweet to me now to see all this stuff in the news. We're so aware now of opiate abuse, but it's like, Christ, I mean, it's not a problem that has gotten worse. It's just now they're finally, you know, recognizing that, you know what I mean, validating, okay, well, there is a problem. Well, there's been a problem with drugs and opiates for a long time, not just these last few years, you know, and so it's great to see people becoming more aware on how to deal with addiction issues of loved ones. I mean, I couldn't imagine how hard it is to see somebody that you love become addicted to something like that, you know, and how to deal with them, like how your dad is, like, can't you just quit? Can't you just stop what you're doing?
Not always that easy.
Like, I wish. It doesn't work that way. You know, it's just all about a good support group, I think. But I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad at least now finally there's like some awareness from the doctors and the hospitals and stuff as far as prescribing and overprescribing. I don't feel like it's an epidemic that came from people using drugs in the street. I feel like it's an epidemic that came from people going to their doctor and their doctor giving them, you know, a 60-day supply of opiates for pain that they're going to have for a few days. You know, they end up with this giant bottle of pills, and then they take that. I feel like a lot of the problems are started through a doctor or through that situation, and then you no longer get access to your medication. You go to the streets, and it's just like, bam. Oh, you know, 10 years later, no teeth, your hair's falling out, you're pretty messed up, and I think I got a problem.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even realize what happens. It's just like, it's pretty crazy. You know, more outreach, more connection to, you know, to my viewers and fans. So, you know, if there's any messages, anything you guys want to ask, just, you know, go down to the comments below, and I'm going to really work hard at trying to answer a lot of these. It's just, I get so busy at work, but I do need to make some time each week to, you know, to answer questions and to reach out. So again, if there's anything you guys want to ask me, any questions you want to know, anything I can tell you, just type it in below, and I'll get right back to you.
Sounds good. Yeah, if you want to reach out to Michael, I'd say hit him up on Instagram. He's active on Instagram, and the YouTube comments, I monitor it and I let him know. You need to go check them and get back to you guys and everything. Like, Mike, you got 20 minutes?